Hello everybody, it's Martin here. Today I will be starting a new project that will give me a lot of work. I will try to cast a finger spinner. And to be honest with you, I never even hold a finger spinner in real life. So this would be a challenge. We will try to casting it out of lead. And we will have to do a lot of things that I have never done before. I have to make a sand cast, I have to make the frame to the sand cast, I have to make the tools to do the sand cast. Then we have to melt the lead and try to shape it as a finger spinner. So I have a lot of work in front of me today, but I'm really looking forward to it. It's always fun to do things you've never done before. And we have different ball bearings. I think we will start with this middle size. But we can also make a mini finger spinner. And we can also make a really large one. I think I have enough of lead to make this, but it would be a lot more work. But if you want to see me cast a finger spinner in this size, let me know. And maybe I will do it. Now, let's get started. Okay, the first thing we will do is try to find some pieces of wood in this pile. I think this size will be great for the frame, and then we will be making two frames of the same size. But first of all, I think I need to clean up a little bit to be able to work in here, as always. But here's my little saw. Over there is my little bandsaw. Here's the 3D printer, which we will have used today when we make the caps to the finger printers. I think it will take me about 10 minutes to design them and like 50 minutes to print them. So that's a wonderful machine. Okay, let's set this camera up and start chopping some wood. So I have marked up the first pieces, and they will be 200 millimeters. This board is 24 millimeters thick, so the next pieces we have to add that on, so that would be like 248 millimeters. I've done it like this because this is a good way if you want to have your pieces exactly, because you have to remember that the saw takes away like 3 millimeters or something. So if you do it like this, you know you always will have enough room to get the piece that you need. Now let's get cutting. Okay, we have marked up the second round of pieces. I noticed one thing in it, that is that I need to get a new blade to my saw. It's really terrible result. It will do to this, but if I'm doing anything else, this would be too bad. So, I have to buy a new one. Okay, I've set up the drill so that we can drill holes in the longer pieces. But before we add the drill, we need to find a screw that would fit it. And let's see. This one would do. One screw. Perfect. 42. It's a little bit short, but we're not going to put it in under any pressure anyway. So let's take that one. Okay, 4.2. We use a 3.5 millimeters drill. Okay, both of the frames are ready, so now let's begin to prepare the sand. We would use this Kidaliter as a bounding agent, because it's made of mostly, I think it's made of 100% natural clay. So we'll be grinding that down to real fine powder. And then we get some ordinary sand, and we will filter it with these two to make it as fine powder as possible. After that we will mix it, and we will add some moisture to it so we can shape it. So let's do that. Finally, I'm done filtering the sand. I didn't have as much as I thought I would, so I think we only have enough to one cast. But that's enough. We can reuse it when we're done. Now we should start filtering the clay. I think we have to grind it up first. But before we do that, let's measure the sand so we know how much clay we will need. The mix is going to be like 80 by 20 in percent of weight, or maybe 75-25. So I have this small scale to put the bucket on it. 0 and dusty. So around 1.5 kilo if you round it up. Good. Now we know how much clay we're going to use. Well, I guess we have to do this the hard way. Okay, this will take forever. So, finally, after forever of grinding, I think we have 300 grams. Now I'm going to take a break, and after that we will mix the sand and the clay together and make the casting sand. Okay, let's start mixing the sand and the clay together. And then we will start to add some water. That's dusty. Okay, now to the hard part, to add the water. The sand should be moist but not wet. Any more? Sadly, the camera died on me, so you couldn't see it recorded, but as you can see, I think we have made some good casting sand. So let's prepare the molds and start melting some lead. So let's begin. This is quite exciting to see if it works or not. Have our mold, casting sand. Cut us these scrap wood pieces to pressure the sand. Should need some more of it, and I'm actually quite excited to see how this would perform when we turn it around, just as a test. And for our mold, I think we will have to just carve it out of the sand. But let's see how it performs. Well, it would have worked perfect. Maybe should hold it as you can see it. So let's make a shape as a finger spinner. This would be real interesting. That's dense, real dense. Perfect. Now let's make our mold. We're going to use this material. It's some kind of styrofoam. I won't leave it in the cast when I throw in the lead, because even if lead gets real hot, it's not near as hot as copper or aluminium. So we just cut the shape out of this and we remove it before we cast the lead. First I need to go wash up. Finally, after way too much work, I have the mold. Now let's start making the real mold in sand. Maybe a little detail that could be quite good to have in the mold is the mold itself. Well, this just have to do for our first try. Let's melt some lead. This is very much mounted. Let's see. So, shall we see what happens when we pour it in? Oh, it's softer. Having started boiling, I'm putting the lead. But let's do it again and see if the lead is also first. Let's remove this and put it down and see if it works well. Interesting. That's so hot. So it. I see the water, and so you can see when it shake it down. Oh. I think we need to get some better ball bearings for to do this experiment again. Okay guys, I got so irritated with our first results, so I actually went down to the store and bought myself not one but two figure spinners. This way we can use one as a mold and we can salvage some parts from the other one. Just figured out that my ball bearings aren't that good. They are not near this. And now I actually understand how they work as well, the dynamics behind it. So let's take one apart and let's make a mold of the other one. Well, this one got fucked up, and this one will get fucked up as well. Okay, let's try to get it out. Pretty well. So let's see if we can break this one. Oh. Let's do this. And I know it's going to start boiling this time. I did hope to get a little bit more lead in between, but let's see how this worked out. I want to have more lead in it, and that's too much. Damn it. Let's do it again. Okay, let's test this for the third time. We have our molded lead. I will try one more thing. If it doesn't work as we want this time, I may have a backup plan. Well, this one didn't work either, but the first thing is I spilled lead into the ball bearing. Okay, I'm not ready yet, because this isn't the best, particularly good, but I think we're getting close. A new try. And I'm starting to get kind of irritated, so let's hope it worked this time. It's a good start. Now to a little backup plan. And I can now say I made a terrible mistake because it was plastic in the ball bearing. Well, it wasn't easy, but I have been learning tons today. And here we have it. My own lead fidget spinner. It may not be the best fidget spinner in the world. It may not be running particularly good. But it's made of lead, and I did it myself by casting it in sand. And I'm actually super pleased. So, if you like my video, please give me a thumbs up. And if you want to see more experiments in the future, don't forget to sign up. Thank you for watching.